when I was talking earlier, I was talking as a Hawaiian, and our ability to live here in Hawaii as Hawaiians, and we depend on our environment, because on the island of Molokai, we have two economies. One is the cash economy, and the other is the subsistence economy. The subsistence economy is critical to us, because that's where we use all of our skills of harvesting in the ocean and harvesting on the land, planting our own food, and that's part of our culture. So now you got this industry that comes in there and has major, major impacts on our ability to continue our culture. When these acid rains and things go up into the mountains through evaporation and things and end up coming out on our reefs, because on our reefs is where the brackish water meets the reefs, and in the brackish water is where all of the very basic food chain of the ocean starts, with diatoms and phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. And these are the ones that are affected. When you have these poisons coming out of these kipukas, it's affecting all of the life on the reef. So the reef is where our skills come to bear, and the reef is like the heart of our culture. So who is giving us baseline information? Who is protecting us from these dangerous kinds of impacts that are happening on our reefs? So we're not just talking about the mud that covers our reefs and the dust that covers our reefs and kills our reefs. We're talking about the very essence of the food chain on our reefs that's being impacted. We have no idea what's happening. And we cannot just sit there as Hawaiians and say, well, we'll give up our culture so we can have, these guys make profits.
But you've just overlaid a whole different strata to the conversation, because it's one thing to talk about who should have control over the information about what's going on with state lands or what's happening with restricted pesticides. It's another thing to say that there's a whole issue of culture that's being damaged. That's wrapping it into a different level besides health and law.
Right, and that's the reason I'm here today, because nobody is talking about that level, and it's a critical level because this is Hawaii. We're not growing corn in Iowa someplace. We're talking about, we're in Hawaii. We're surrounded by an ocean. We got limited resources, and these people are huge. They're huge companies having major impacts on these resources, and that's the point I'm trying to make.